Okay, guys, we're going to do this Coach Book guided practice. Now, because this is going to be kind of hard for you to see on the video, you are going to have a copy of this in front of you. And I'm going to just read off of here, but I'm going to do my work on this sheet of paper. Now, you don't have to do your work on another sheet of paper, but I'm going to do it on this sheet of paper right here so that you can see it a little bit better. But I'm going to be using the guided practice side of 79 and 80, if you'll just make sure you're on that side. And we're going to work through these really quick, okay? So, number 1 says, a recipe calls for, I'm going to kind of just put this right here so we can see what we're doing. Number 1 right here. A recipe calls for 1/2 teaspoons of crushed red pepper and 3/4 teaspoons of thyme leaves. What is the unit rate in teaspoons of crushed pepper to 1 teaspoon of thyme leaves? So, we're looking for, let's look at the problem real quick right here and look at what it's asking us. So, it asks us to look for the unit rate, and we're looking for crushed pepper to 1 teaspoon of thyme. So, when I do my bridge map, I'm going to have pepper to thyme. And the reason I know that it's pepper to thyme is because I want my 1 teaspoon of thyme over here. It tells me that I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of thyme right here. So that's my unit rate. So I know that my unit rate goes in that bottom right hand side of my bridge map. So that 1 has to go there. So I have 1 and 1/2 teaspoons of red pepper. I have 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper to 3/4 teaspoons of thyme. And I want to know how much red pepper I need for 1 full teaspoon of thyme. Okay, so let me get my calculator. Got it buried over here somewhere. Oops, sorry. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're going to cross multiply. X times 3/4 is 3/4 X equals 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 3/4. And we're going to just put it in here just like that. We're going to write it down exactly the way we would if it was just a whole number. We're not doing anything any different. That still divides and gives us our 1x. And then I'm going to come right here to my calculator. And I'm going to put in 1 n over d half arrow over divided by 3 n over d fourths. Enter. And I get 2/3. So I'm going to put that in the calculator for you one more time. Now you can do it one of 2 ways. You can just hit the n over d button and then put in your 1/2. Notice that arrow right there that's blinking tells me to arrow over divided by 3/4. And I get 2/3. The way I put it in, I always just put the numerator in and then hit the n over d button, and it throws the numerator up to the top, and then I can just put my 2 in for my half, arrow over, divided by 3/4. So, there we go, 2/3. So, the answer there is C, 2/3. Okay, number 2. Miguel scored 74 points on his first 5 games of the season. How many points has he scored per game? All right, so in the problem right here, per game is what tells you that's unit rate. This word per right here is telling you that it's unit rate. Okay, so that's telling me unit rate. So for number 2, I have points per game. Points per game. And I have 74 points in 5 games. How many points in 1 game? Start with the variable, cross multiply. 5 times x is 5x. 74 times 1 is 74. Divide both sides by 5. And x equals, and right here is where I go to my calculator. 74 divided by 5 is 14.8. Which is C. All right. Number 3. Aiden read 84 books in 2 hours. At that rate, how many pages can he read in 5 hours? Now, this is not a unit rate problem. This is just a basic proportion. We're just going to set up a proportion. So we have pages per hour. And we can do 84 pages in 2 hours. So how many pages can we do in 5 hours? X times 2 is 2x. 84 times 5, we can do that on the calculator, is 420. Divide both sides by 2. And x equals, divide that by 2, 210. So the answer there is B. Okay. Number 4. And I will put this key on Google Classroom for you too. Ms. Hanson bought 8 ounces of smoked salmon for $12.24. What is the unit rate per ounce? So the unit rate per ounce. So we know that ounces is going to have to be down here because I want my unit rate per ounce, per 1 ounce. So I have salmon. 8 ounces. Well, it's the dollar amount. That's what we're talking about here. Dollar amount, which is $12.24 for 8 ounces. How much for 1 ounce? Cross multiply. 8 times x is 8x equals $12.24. Divide both sides by 8. $12.24 divided by 8 is $1. $1.53 per ounce, which is A. Ms. Ellis wants to tile a rectangular room. Now, this problem I go around and around with folks on because this problem could be set up as a proportion, but it doesn't have to be. So we're not going to solve this like a proportion. We're just going to use what we know for our good math problem solving skills. Wants to tile a rectangular room that is 16 feet long. So I want you to think about this is 16 here and 12 feet wide, and this is 12. She's going to use these tiles right here that are 2 foot by 2 foot. It's a 2 foot tile, so it's 2 foot by 2 foot, which means that if I'm going across here and I'm going to go 2 feet, 2 feet, so 16 divided by 2 is 8. So it's going to take 8 tiles to go from here to here. And 12 divided by 2 is 6. So it's going to take 6 tiles to go from here to here. Okay? And we want to tile this whole floor. So I'm looking for the area. The area of this floor is 6 times 8. When we're talking about those 2 foot tiles, which is 48. And each tile, so I need 48 tiles to cover that floor. I need 48 tiles to cover that floor. And each one of those tiles is 84 cents. So 48 tiles times 84 cents. $48 tiles times 0.84 is $40.32. There's no reason to do a proportion for that problem. I know that you could, but there's no reason to. And so we don't. All right. We're just going to move on. Number 6. A 6-pack of bottled water costs $2.40 and an 8-pack costs $3.20, which is the better deal. So, for number 6, we've got to do 2 bridge maps here. We've got our cost per 6-pack and our cost per 8-pack, because we need to know how much is 1. All right, so $2.40 for 6. How much for 1? $3.20 for 8. How much for 1? Cross multiply. 6 times x is 6x equals $2.40. Divide both sides by 6. And x equals $2.40 divided by 6 is 40 cents. Over here, x times 8 is 8x. Divide both sides by 8. $0.40. They are both 40 cents. So, the 2 packages have the same unit rate, so neither is the better deal. Neither is the better deal. They both have the same unit rate. Number 7 says a set of 3 pens cost $1.68. At that price, how much would 10 pens cost? Move this up. So number 7, we've got cost per pen. So $1.68 for 3. I want to know how much for 10. So x times 3 is 3x. And 168 times 10 is 16.8. Divide that by 3. It's $5.60. So $5.60, that's B. And number 8, it takes Layla 2/3 hour to swim a half a mile. What is the unit rate of miles that Layla can swim per hour? So, we've got miles per hour. Per 1 hour. We know that that one's going to be right there because it says what is the unit rate of miles she can swim per hour. Per hour right there means in 1 hour. So she can swim 1/2 of a mile in 2/3 of an hour. Now notice that you've got to be sure you're putting your units in the right place. Okay? X times 2/3 is 2/3 x. And divide both sides by 2/3. And so I'm going to come right here and say 2/3 divided by 1/2. I'm sorry, I did that backwards. 1/2 divided by 2/3 is 3/4. So she can swim 3/4 of a mile. Did I look at? Oh, I'm sorry. That's 2/5. Sorry, that should be 2/5, not 2/3. My eyes are not working. So let's do that again. 1/2 divided by 2/5. Is 5/4. And I now want to change that to a mixed number. So I'm going to hit my green second key and my X10 N key and enter. And I get 1 1/4. and that is C. Okay, so there you go. Now, you may use your notes, and you are going to complete the mastery check that's on the back of this. You only have to do 1 through 8. Only do 1 through 8. You're going to do 1 through 8 and put it into Mastery Connect, and your codes will be in Google Classroom. Be sure, if you need to go back and look at how I'm setting these up. Make sure you understand. Look, like on number 8, we did miles per hour. So we had to make sure that even though the miles was mentioned second in the question, it went on the top of our bridge map because we needed miles per hour. And so that per hour right there meant 1 hour. Okay, and that 1 hour, the unit rate always goes on the bottom right-hand side. So make sure that you are paying close attention to that. Watch this, rewatch it, and make sure you understand what you're doing. And then you're going to take your mastery check.